I could just ban anyone who suggests king e2. That would kind of be mean, though. Oh, subscriber-only chat could be interesting, too. Because then there might be less trolls. I don't know how many of my subscribers are trolls, but that could be interesting. So we're going to try one game against subs only. It actually doesn't really matter the time control, as long as there's increments. Like 2 plus 30. 3 plus 30. Okay. Oh, should I play the Bong Cloud? What opening? What opening should I play? Let's play a London. London time. Oh, should I flip the board? Let's do a poll. Yes. No. Okay. Oh, so many people want the board flipped. Okay, I'll flip the board. Okay, chat. You got your wish. C5 may be coming. I kind of understand that. Yeah, you want to see things from your perspective and not from my perspective. Wow, C5. I feel like I'm playing against myself. Oh, should I do blindfold? I'll do another poll once this one finishes. I'm very impressed. No one voting for king d7. So we're not having like what is it called? A flipped reverse Bong Cloud? Okay, poll. Okay, so people wanted the board flipped. Blindfold. Yes. No. Also, I'm impressed chat is playing like main line. Ooh. 61% want the blindfold. Okay. I guess the blindfold's going on. Any miracle to come back? Maybe not. Yeah, if you're on mobile, you might not be able to see the poll. Okay, blindfold's going on. Goodbye, world. Goodbye, chat. Let's turn back on sound.
Speech synthesis ready.
And
Bishop d6.
Now I'm not sure. I'm probably going to visualize the position from white's perspective. I could visualize it from black's perspective. Wait, no, I just need to flip the board once. Okay. Okay, so bishop d6. Let's play bishop g3.
Bishop g3.
Okay. Okay, blind time. Yeah, I think it would be weird to play a blindfold game looking from the wrong perspective. And it's probably not too much different, but just more comfortable looking from white's perspective. And this is a main line anyway, so like this position that we currently have
Kingside castle.
has been just implanted in my mind. I'm going to play my main prep.
Bishop b5.
Yeah, so bishop b5. The main line is actually bishop d3. But bishop b5 it's kind of a move that's been pioneered by Carlsen. He won some nice games in it. The first video of my London course, I talk about this line. I show a Carlsen game.
a6.
A6? Yeah, this is one of the moves. Let's take.
Bishop takes c6.
So this would be like the ideal moment to see if there's any trolls. I'm really curious, but I'm not going to peek.
B takes c6.
Yeah, black has one obvious move.
Queen
Now,
a4.
the whole idea of this bishop e5 move is to get this position. There's some positional traps and some tactical traps. Yeah, we'll see how prepared black is, or how prepared Chad is.
Queen c7.
So yeah, it's interesting. Queen c7 might be the most played move on Lichess, but it's a mistake. Because first I can take on d6.
Bishop takes d6.
And then I can play queen a3. And going back to when I played bishop e5, like this is one of the main points. is basically to trap black in this line.
Queen takes d6.
Queen a3.
Queen a3.
Now the pawn on c5 is pinned. I've had this position probably close to a dozen times. A few times in like over the board blitz tournaments. A few times online. Most people play knight d7. And then knight b3. Knight b3 will actually win the pawn.
Queen b8.
Ooh, queen b8. Ooh, that's a tricky move. Never seen that move before. So if I take on c5 with a pawn, I lose b2. So I'll take with the queen.
Queen takes c5.
Or no, I confused myself. I meant to flip it, say the other thing. I meant to say if I take with the queen, I lose a pawn. If I take with a pawn, I'm safe. I just completely confused myself. It's still probably okay for me. If I can just castle.
Queen takes b2.
I've never done that before, though. I think I just made the mistake because I'm talking, like trying to talk and move at the same time.
Kingside castles.
Man. Okay, so at least my knights communicate. Idea rook c1. It's equal material. Or idea rook b1. We might see knight d7.
Bishop d7.
Bishop d7. It's a sad bishop. But it defends the pawn.
Queen b4.
Queen trade? I wouldn't mind a queen trade. And queen was annoying on b2. This is another moment I'm very curious what the split is between queen takes b4 and queen c2. Queen c2 is like a bold, kind of adventurous move.
Queen takes b4.
Queen b4 is like the obvious, simple decision. Why can't I type? C b4.
C takes b4.
Man, so I could have been up a pawn. I confused myself. I lost a pawn back. Now we have some kind of more positional endgame. I'm happy with that trade though, because now c5 is a nice
Rook
orifice
AB8.
for my knight. Rook what?
Rook ab8.
Rook a b8. Let's play a3.
a3.
This is definitely a higher level game. I feel like sub-only chat is much stronger than normal chat. No offense to the plebs. So the idea very soon is knight b3.
a5.
Oh, a5, good move. Chat's playing really well. Huh. So I could play rook fb1. I could take on a5. Then I would probably lose a pawn back. All I want to do is get my knight to a nice square. Let's try taking on a5. It's interesting.
B takes a5.
I temporarily go up a pawn. Black's going to try and win it back, either with rook b5 or rook b8, or maybe something else. And then I'll try something like a4, a combination of a4, knight b3, knight c5. I'm giving away my plans,
Rook
but
b5.
they're kind of hard to stop. So yeah, rook b5, I'll play a4.
a4.
And then I'll go for knight b3. This is definitely going to be a more hard-fought game. There's no queen to sacrifice. There's no king to Blindfold.
Rook takes a5.
Can't Blindfold your king after castling. Wait, what?
Rook takes a5.
Rook a5. Okay, so knight b3.
Knight b3.
So the pawn's still on c6, which is nice. So my idea... Probably my next move is knight c5. Got my trusty water.
Rook a7.
Didn't get around to making tea.
Rook a7.
Rook a7. So I could play a5 too. Let's play knight c5.
Knight c5.
Knight c5 helps defend the pawn as well. Yeah, water is basically flavorless tea. It can be refreshing, very hydrating. So I think there's a decent move here for
Rook
black.
fa8.
Wait, what? Rook f8.
Rook fa8.
Interesting. Okay, so it's very positional. I'm going to play knight e5.
Knight e5.
I was thinking black could have played knight e4, but maybe that wasn't so good. I just take and play knight d2. Now the bishop's hit. Bishop's defended though. Bishop's defended twice. So that basically means that the rook on a7 and the knight on f6 are tied down.
Bishop e8.
That's interesting. So the idea, I guess black wants to play, maybe mobilize a knight. Play f3. Play f3.
f4.
No! That's I'd say take, and I can't even offer a take back blindfolded. I don't know if chat could accept a take back either. F4 is not a blunder, I don't think. It's just a slightly undesirable positional move. F3 was so nice restricting the knight. F4 now
Knight
gives the
e4.
knight, yeah, this potential outpost square. Oh, my pawn's still on a4. So I think what I'll do... Ooh, this is tricky. I can play rook fc1. We trade. Maybe I'll play knight. I'll play knight ed3.
Knight ed3.
There's some risk involved with this, but I think it's a decent decision. It's definitely a bigger challenge.
f6.
Ooh, f6. Okay, let's... I should take that. Let's take it.
Knight takes e4.
And pawn takes e4, and then knight c5 incoming. I was more scared, instead of f6, I was scared of knight c3. I'm sure there are some votes for that move. Yeah, so once my
d
knight
takes e4.
gets to c5,
Knight c5.
it's just a beautiful knight against a miserable bishop. White has pawns, both e-pawns are attacked now. Pawn on a4 is still defended. Probably expecting something. Oh, king f7. I have no intention of taking either
F5.
e-pawn. f5 also possible. I think I'll play rook fb1.
Rook fb1.
This is the only open file. It's a b file. this bishop on e8. It's just kind of blocked by its pawns. The question is, how does white actually make progress? Because the pieces are pretty,
King f7.
but I have to improve, to do something to improve the position. I guess I'll start with king f2.
King f2.
Oh, so I have a pawn on f4. Black has pawns c6, e6, f5, e4, g7, h7. This could be a long game. That's not easy to crack.
King f6.
Let's play h3.
h3.
Probably going for g5 or g4. I'm realizing I have some idea of rook b6. Pretty sure black's rooks are on a7,
H6.
a7, a8,
H6.
h6. Let's play g4.
G4.
I'm not sure this is like objectively the best approach. Maybe I could have prepared this more. But I'm thinking eventually I'll bring my rook to g1.
G5.
G5, wow. What was g5?
G5.
So my ideas are being copied. Maybe king g3. King g3 simple move.
King G3.
And then my rook wants to come to f1. I think this is a plan. Rook f1, open the f file, do some damage. The whole chat is probably stream sniping. Can you stop it?
H5.
H5? What is this? H5 is a hilarious move. And probably not a bad move. But I can take on, oh, here's what I can do. I can play f, g5.
F takes G5
And
check.
h4. And then g5 myself. It's just more positional domination. If the king doesn't take on g5, then I'll still be happy. And then my
King
rook can
takes
come to
G5.
f1. Use g5. Okay, h4.
H4 check.
Yeah, king is beautifully placed on g3. And this bishop on e8. It's so sad because it can't move to h5. It can't move to c6. And there's pawns on f5, e4. So it can really never find happiness. Unless it comes
King
to f7,
G6.
I guess. King g6. King g6. Play g... I'm actually not sure if I want to play g5, because I can also take. Maybe taking is more attractive. Yeah, let's take on h5.
G takes H5 check.
I was so excited to get this this defended pass pawn on g5. But now I'm realizing the prospect of the open g file is probably just more valuable. Combined with the prospect of king f4. This is
King
actually
takes
another...
H5.
I was going to say that was another interesting moment because king f6 was a possibility. So I'll play
King
king
f4.
f4. A very nice square for the king.
Guys, can we stop blocking our bishop?
Yeah, this bishop's still so sad on e8. But it does have, what, this g8, a2 diagonal if it goes to f7.
King H6.
King h6. Ah, so the idea... Wait, why king h6? Is that a free pawn? I probably don't even want to take on f5, though. I just want to play rook g1.
Rook G1.
I'm cutting off the king. Yeah, cutting off the king. Maybe at the right moment, like knight e6. Beginning to look for mating ideas.
Rook G7.
That's logical. So if I take... Oh, I have a nice move. Yeah, let's just take.
Rook takes G7.
I'm going to play where's my pawn? a5? Yeah, okay, king g7's coming. Hey, thanks for subbing.
I shall no longer be a pleb. I shall join my brethren in playing against thee.
Uh-oh.
King takes g7.
That sounds threatening.
King takes g7.
King takes g7. Okay, a5.
a5.
So the beautiful thing is, my knight is still on c5, my rook's on a1. Black rook is on a8, and bishop on e8, and king on g7. I'm controlling a6 with the knight, so a6 will come. Once I get the pawn to a6, my rook can be free.
King f6.
Ooh, I have to be careful not to get mated. Chat wants to mate me with eventual rook g4. Wait a minute. I have a pawn? I still have a pawn on h4. Yeah, because black never took it. Wait.
King f6.
King f6. So my knight's on c5. So like worst case scenario, I have knight e4. I'll start with a6.
a6.
It's crazy that I have to be worried about mate in the endgame with my king on such a nice square. But that's the case when you're like kind of sandwiched between pawns. These f5, e4 pawns are dangerous. So I'm guessing probably like some bishop move is coming.
Bishop h5.
Yeah, like that bishop move. So now if I play ace, wait, I played
Bishop h5.
a6.
Bishop h5.
Oh, this is crazy. So if I play, it might work. I could play a7. And then this is where I don't want to calculate it out loud. I'm considering a7 here. I think it works. Oh no, it doesn't work. This is crazy. So I wanted to play a7, rook g8, knight takes e4, pawn takes e4, and then queen. But rook g4 is still mate. This is very devious. Let's play rook g1.
Rook g1. Eric, don't worry about whether it works.
I always have to worry. It's terrifying. I might get mated. And I'm on the verge of promoting. There's a line where I promote and then get mated. Don't want to have any of that. I have to defend my glory.
13.
Bishop e2.
Bishop e2. Ooh. Ooh. My pawn. That's a good move. I didn't realize Chad is capable of playing good moves. I have 97. 97 is another consideration. Oh wait, no, I have a counter good move. Rook g5.
Rook g5.
There we go.
See what happens when we can move all of our pieces.
Yeah, your bishop came to life. I'm still happy with rook g5. You can have my a pawn. I'll have your e and f pawns. Yeah, we could get into
Bishop takes a6.
some scenario like
Rook
this.
takes f5 check.
I'm winning the center pawns. My knight is still a monster. I could take on a6 eventually.
White, 13 minutes 38 seconds. Black, 5 minutes 54 seconds.
Plenty of time.
E takes f5.
Wait, what? There's an e pawn? Oh no.
Rook takes f5 check. E takes f5.
Oh no.
Rook G. Bishop takes a6.
And my a
Rook
pawn's
takes
lost.
f5 check.
Ooh. I forgot there was an e pawn.
Everyone type F in the chat to pay your respects.
Everyone type something that blunders some material back. I need a miracle. No, let's play knight d7. Wait, knight d7. Why can't I move? My knight's on d7, right? Can I not move?
White, 12 minutes 47 seconds. Black, 6 minutes 10 seconds.
Knight d7.
Eric, you fast forward.
I fast forward.
E takes
Oh,
F5.
bad.
Knight d7
there we
check.
go. Okay, thanks for that. I got confused.
You need to move the position forward,
Yeah.
Eric.
I had to rewind reality because I didn't believe what happened, and now I kind of believe it. So that whole time I was envisioning there not being a pawn on e6. So rook g5 made no sense. Oh, that's so bad.
King e6.
I was so proud of rook g5 too. Wait, king e6.
Knight c5 check.
Check. Draw. I forget if Lichess auto-claims a threefold. I actually don't know if it does. That's my only hope right now.
Don't feel bad, Eric. You have a lot on your plate and
King
it's
f6.
easy to lose concentration. Knight d7 check.
Okay, we're on the verge. I have some hope of not losing. Chat's already played king d6, or king d6 once.
Sorry, Eric. Chat still loves you.
Oh, I love you too, chat. Or no, it's king e6. King's going back and forth between e6 and f6.
King g6.
Ah. Knight e5.
Knight e5 check.
So we didn't repeat that position, but maybe we'll repeat this position. I don't know if it sent a draw offer. If I type draw, I don't know what I did there.
Knight e5 check. White, 14 minutes 13 seconds. Black, 6 minutes 5 seconds.
King h5.
Ah. Oh, that's a good move too. Or is it? I don't know. I'll take this.
King takes f5.
So I'm going to lose the h-pawn. There's going to be some weird endgame. Man. So I'm winning. I could be winning the rest of the pawns. King's on h5. So basically the c-pawn and the e-pawn are hanging.
King takes h4.
Okay. Question is, which pawn do I take first? I actually don't know. Let's take the e-pawn first.
King takes e4.
Center pawn is more valuable, and bishop d3 was maybe coming. Okay, so I'm controlling the center, even though I'm down a rook. Black has rook on a8, bishop on a6. I have pawns e3, d4, king on e4, knight on e5.
Bishop b5.
And bishop e5 is a very wise move. Defending the pawn. Maybe I'll try king f5.
King f5. Eric the first missed the deep stare of your mahogany brown eyes.
Oh, that was very poetic.
There is no pawn on c6, really.
Yes, there is. Wait, is there not? Pretty sure there is.
Rook f8 check.
If there's no pawn on c6, then that's even nicer, but I'm pretty sure there's... Okay, let's play king e6.
King e6.
Yeah, because the bishop is always stuck behind the pawn from e8. Okay. Trying to make progress. This is intense, man. Chat's played well up until this point, though. You're playing like a solid 1900, probably.
Rook e8 check.
Rook e8. I want to play king d7, but then c5 would be very devious. Maybe king d6.
Thanks, Grandmaster. Enjoy, Eric. Love your content.
Oh, thank you.
King d6.
I appreciate that. Don't destroy me too much. Okay, so I have all my things on dark squares. Pawns e3, d4, knight e5, and king now on d6. The rook's on e8. I might be threatening... Am I threatening to take the pawn?
King g3.
I might want to take the pawn.
Knight takes c6.
Yeah, there was a pawn on c6. I knew it. Okay, so I won the pawn. So black has no more pawns. Now the question is, will I survive? But it should really be a statement. I will survive.
Bishop takes c6.
Ooh, okay, we're trading. King c6?
King takes c6.
I actually don't know the valuation here. I'm supposed to shoulder the king. I don't have any shoulder pads. It's actually nice the king can't move to f4. Because I have a pawn on e3. This feels
Rook
like an
takes
endgame
e3.
study. Rook takes e3. Okay, let's play... Oh, that was a good move. Let's play d5?
d5.
Oh, it's such a close race. I'm trying to calculate. But I don't want to calculate out loud. In case I reveal, like, a win. But it's all up to chat, because chat has only
Rook
winning
c3
chances.
check.
Rook c3, yeah, that's a tricky move. So I think what I want to do is play... It seems weird, but king b7. Moving away from the pawn, but still within range of defending the pawn. Wait a minute. Wait, I have to calculate. How much time do I have?
White, 16 minutes 3 seconds. Black, 7 minutes 6 seconds.
Because this might be one of those weird endgame studies where I'm supposed to move in front of the pawn. Which would be crazy. It might be one of those endgame studies too where I'm just lost. I'm just trying to invent hope. So I wanted to play king b7. But then... Wait, king b7... Just imagine like king f4... d6, king e5, d7... Rook d2, king c7... It's drawn. No, king b7 should be drawn. How else does black try? King b7... There's no...
Either you draw or you lose. The choice is yours, Rosen.
Wait, so there's one thing I'm concerned about though. So I move there, 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 there. No, it's losing. So what if I do... Man. So if I do this, there, 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 there. Wait, where's a rook?
Rook c3 check.
Rook c3, okay. So I'm considering king d7 here. King d7, king f4. King d7, king f4. Oh no, do I have to under-promote to knight? King d7, king f4. D6, king e5, king e7. Rook h2. D7. Rook h7, king e8, king e6. Then I have to under-promote to knight. And I get tortured for several moves. But king d7 should draw. Because I have to shoulder the king. King d7, king f4, d6. King d5 shouldn't make a difference. Oh, maybe it does though. Ooh. No, I'm losing in every line. And I just revealed the whole line to the chat too. Except not the final move. That's insane. No, king d7 is losing. King d7, king f4, d6. Oh no, no, it's not losing. The king can't move from f4 to d5. I was thinking the king could move to d5. This should be drawn.
Eric under promote king for d7. Win.
Yeah. more like under promotion for the draw. I hallucinated for a moment there. I thought the king could get to d5, but it's not in time. So yeah, now I can speak freely because I think we're gonna see the under promotion line.
King f4.
Yeah, king f4, d6.
d6.
That was a weird hallucination. I guess I just assumed the king could get to the 5th rank. I was too lazy to see which square. But we'll see if chat can actually like figure out this under promotion line. I'm sure
king
some
e5.
people followed.
King e7.
Yeah. So I was actually envisioning the king on d5 in this position where rook e2 would be winning. Now I'm trying to remember how promoting works. Because I know I have auto queen turned on. But I'm pretty sure I would still have to... Wait, what did I...
King e5, king e7, rook h3.
Okay, d7.
d7.
Pretty sure I would still have to type the promotion piece. Oh, this is going to be torture. But actually, it's not too bad. It's just kind of annoying when you're on the last rank.
Rook h7 check.
Yeah. So king e8.
King e8.
d8 knight. Maybe I should type the n first. Just in case there's some weird auto queen thing. I mean, we'll see what what black does. Maybe we'll see rook takes pawn.
King e6.
Okay. Yeah, so this is a kind of a well-known endgame situation where, okay, I'm going to type n first. Oh, it won't let me type n. But maybe it will.
King e8.
Oh, maybe it didn't.
King e6.
King e6.
Okay, so I'll have to type d8 n. d8. Okay, that's good, it's in queen, and then n.
d8 promotes to bishop.
What? No! Did I type b? No! Oh, I typed b. I meant to type n. I was even thinking, like, don't mouse slip q, but q's all the way on the other side of the keyboard. Don't mate me. Don't mate me. Don't do a chat.
Rook h8 checkmate.
Checkmate. Black
was
is
really bad.
victorious.
I meant to I meant to type N. That was the worst ending I could have asked for. Accidentally under promoting to a bishop?
Is there a take back option?
Oh, that's a good question.
King,
I don't
King
think
E8,
so.
King E6, D8, King E6.
Yeah, I was actually looking forward to like defending this too. Man.
That went from 100 to 0 real quick.
I was so proud of like this calculation too. That like I was basically winning by or not winning, drawing by 1 tempo.
Thanks for the game, Eric.
Yeah.
You'll catch up to us one day.
Oh, thanks, chat. I'll try. Also, good job, chat. That's your first win. That's your first win, I guess. I'm not proud of that. Let's analyze though. That was an interesting game.
Hello, YouTube.
Oh yeah, YouTube people. Hope you enjoyed that. That was brutal. That was really... Man.
Well played, chat. I almost feel proud being a part of that.
Good job, chat. Yeah, I guess this is part of history. Man. So first of all, I just had a complete brain lapse because I was trying to say that this loses a pawn and this wins a pawn. I played the move that loses a pawn
Good game.
anyway.
Tough luck with the mistake.
And then, yeah, I was all proud of this moment. I saw the pawn on e6 here. I guess at some point it escaped my mind there was still a pawn on e6. And this is still really good for white. But then I was scared about rook g4 mate. So this is where I wanted to play a7. Rook g4, and then knight takes e4 with check, and then takes, and then this. But then this is still mate. But now I'm actually realizing I could have played knight d7 here, and then this allows me to promote. This would have been the cleanest win. I under promoted and over delivered, man. Huh. Okay. I was writing mate, or no, I had some mating idea. Where was it? If the king took here, I would mate. But chat was smart enough. I'm curious if anyone suggested this move. And then this endgame. So this is still winning for black. But then... Oh, this is still winning? Oh, so yeah. The king has to come back this way, right? Rook takes e3 loses a crucial tempo. Even though it's like the most obvious move. So initially I wanted to play king b7, which loses by a tempo. Because... I'm actually curious if chat would play it though. Let me ask chat, what would you play in this position? Maybe people were discussing this line. Okay, everyone knows. Because the natural move is king here. But I think king here draws. The rook here I'm pretty sure wins. Oh, welcome back, GM Reigns. Oh, some people saying king f4. I'm pretty sure this draws. But this wins because it chases the king back to c6, and then black gets a tempo in the very end. Wait, let's see. Yeah, rook d3, only winning move. So I'm curious if chat would have found that. And the calculation is here, here, here. And because the king was forced to c6, it has to spend another move to prepare the pawn promotion, but then it's too late. 55 d5 loses. 55 d5. I was in check on move 55. But 55 king b7 loses to rook d3. Yeah, so king d7. So this is kind of an instructive endgame. Oh wait, did I miss C? 55, not 56. Yeah, people can analyze this if you want some analysis of specific lines. But yeah, this was all drawing until I underpromoted. Why does a B have to be next to the N? I was typing so smoothly that game. I felt like, I guess I had one other slip, F4 instead of F3. But yeah, this is a classic draw. I had something like this like once before in the tournament. I should have looked at the keyboard, yeah. And I had the blindfold on. I usually type like decently without looking, but sometimes when keys are next to each other, that's what happens. Anyway, that was fun. If this goes on YouTube, follow on Twitch. And I'm sure I'll do more of this in the future. Thanks so much again to Andrew Chess for making this possible. This was really fun. I think that will be my last game against chat. That was very, very energy draining.